Hey guys, Griffin here. Before we get started with today's episode, I have a new nickname suggestion from you all in the comments. Today's nickname suggestion has been brought to us by Minor Mole, and he has suggested the nickname Butterfree. This is a very deep cut reference to that time that Ash regretfully traded his Butterfree for Eradicate for a brief period of time when he went on the SS Anne. This trade was of course rescinded later on, but still, we will never forget the horrible decisions that you have made, Ash. So thank you very much, Minor Mole, for the suggestion. And now, let's begin the episode. Hey guys, Griffin here, and welcome back to Pokémon HeartGold. Last time, we were at the top of the bell tower in Ekritik City. We fought and captured Ho-Oh after multiple attempts and being overwhelmed by its amazing legendary power. And we were able to add it to our collection because I'm not going to be using Ho-Oh for the foreseeable future. But this time, we find ourselves in Goldenrod City, and the main thing that we're going to be doing today is we're going to be heading to the Pokémon League. But before we do, there is a little bit of prep work that I want to do. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to address the matter of Blazer here. Blazer is the only Pokemon on our team that is not fully evolved. And I think at this point, before we do anything else, we need to fix that. I got 3 rare candies in my bag. Blazer is over 2,000 EXP from evolving, so you know what? Let's just give Blazer the push he needs and get on ahead. Blazer's evolving, everyone! And like that, the God of Destruction is here. Blazer has evolved into Typhlosion. This is really cool. I love the sprite of Typhlosion. And now he towers over me like a god that he is. What do you have to say for yourself, Blazer? Blazer is gazing restlessly at the building. Well, at least your priorities are in order. However, that is not the only thing that we're going to be doing with Blazer today. Blazer's moveset also needs a little bit of work, and some of my other Pokemon need some work on their movesets as well. And we're going to take care of that before we go on to the Pokemon League. And that brings us to why we're in Goldenrod City, because we are going to go to the department store. And as always, now that we are in a store, we need to talk to the delivery man from earlier. We're going to get our berries here. We got Shuka berries. We got Aka berries. And anything else? We got Babiri berries. I can say with pretty general confidence here that we've gotten all of these berries before. So we're going to go ahead and press on to the TM department. Now, before we teach Blazer anything or get any new moves from the TM department, I actually want to teach Blazer Strength. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not teaching Blazer Strength because I earnestly want Strength on Blazer, because that is definitely something I don't want. However, in order to get through everything that we need to do today and get everything that I want to find, we need a Pokemon that has Strength on our team. And given where we are in both our journey and our levels, I really don't want any of my party members to be out of the party unless it is just absolutely unreasonable, like if I have to use Rock Smash. So for this journey today, and only this journey today, I'm gonna have Blazer learn Strength. But trust me, as soon as we get to the Pokemon League, we're heading straight to Blackthorn to get that off. So for now, we're gonna get rid of Headbutt and we're gonna replace it with Strength. Don't worry though, because I have something way better in mind than Headbutt and Strength in the long run. Now, as for what we are going to be buying in the TM department, there are 2 TMs that I want to buy for Blazer specifically. And that is TM22 Solar Beam and TM52 Focus Blast. I think these 2 TMs are going to be very helpful in terms of just providing additional coverage to Blazer, because it's pretty much only been fire and normal type moves for Blazer, and I would love to see that he gets some additional coverage. So we're going to get rid of Smoke Screen for Focus Blast. I hope that you all can live with that sacrifice. And we're going to get rid of Swift for Solar Beam. Solar Beam definitely has its risks for Blazer, but I think in the long run, this is going to pay off, especially because I don't have a grass type. and I think having a grass-type move as additional coverage is going to be very helpful to me. However, Blazer is not the only Pokemon that I've gotten new TMs for. You may notice that in my TM bag, I have 2 copies of Thunderbolt, and you're wondering, wait, when did you get those? Well, in between episodes, I had a live stream go on where I spent a little bit of time in the game corner playing Voltorb Flip in order to get 20,000 coins to buy myself 2 copies of Thunderbolt for my team. And by a little time, I mean 5 hours. It took 5 hours of time and effort. And don't think that I wasn't using every resource I had available to ensure the best odds possible of winning every single game. It was just that hard and that tedious and that time consuming. Like, it's so hard for me to defend Voltorb Flip. I really don't like it. But despite how much I do not care for Voltorb Flip, I do like Thunderbolt. So I have 2 copies of Thunderbolt. We're going to teach one of those copies to Rido for now. The other one we're going to save for later for reasons that will become apparent shortly. And given our options here and the moves that Rido currently knows, I think I'm going to get rid of Charge for Thunderbolt. We will eventually get rid of Thunder Punch as well, but I'd rather have some physical and special coverage on Rido, even though Rido does have better special attack than physical attack. So we're going to get rid of Charge and replace it with Thunderbolt. As for Mizumori, as much as I don't want to do this either, I'm going to be teaching Mizumori Waterfall. And much like Blazer and Strength, I'm only going to have Mizumori know Waterfall for today. Because we absolutely need Waterfall to do everything that we need to do, and that will become immediately apparent once we get started with things. But we have to get Waterfall to get through the day. So we're going to say goodbye to Body Slam and replace it with Waterfall. But don't worry, Waterfall ain't lasting. But with all that preparation out of the way, I think we're going to head back to New Barktown and head east and see what lies beyond. All right, guys. We find ourselves in New Barktown once more. This is where our whole journey began. And now, we are nearing the end. Of our Johto journey, that is, anyway. Before we actually head on out, I actually am going to use a Max Repel this time. I don't want anything interrupting this moment here. Gonna head out east and welcome to Route 27. This is a whole new route that was just immediately east of our house. It's crazy. Listen to that music. Hey! Do you know what you just did? You've taken your first step into Kanto. Check your Pokégear map and see. Yeah, guys. Check this out. Behold. We have taken our first step into the Kanto region, and now we find ourselves on the path to the Victory Road and the Indigo Plateau. I cannot overstate how magical of a moment this is for the first time you play through a Johto game. Especially if you played Gold and Silver back in the day, just after you played the Kanto games. This was a huge step for Pokemon, and this is easily one of the most insane things that they've ever done. Just having Johto be directly connected to Kanto like this, and you being able to access Kanto via this amazing little route that's right next to your house. It's right next to you the whole time. But this is just the beginning of our journey in Kanto. Toho Falls, the link between Kanto and Johto. Yes, so if we want to head on in, we do need to go into this cave. Welcome to Tojo Falls. There are no new Pokemon here for the immediate moment, so I'm just going to concentrate on getting ahead. This is the place where we needed to go in order to move on, but this is also the place that I need a waterfall for. So, yeah, that right there, that was the sole reason why I needed Lapras to know waterfall. Now, I do want to point out one little thing here, if I can show it off. I want to head into this crevice right here and put on another repel. If we go back over here behind this waterfall, we can get a Moonstone, very nice item. But you'll also notice right here, there's a little cave for you to enter. I want to show this off. There's a secret cave right back here. And right inside, there's a radio. There's a radio that no longer works. This may seem like a very random thing to be here. And this doesn't make sense right now, but I want you to remember this place for later. Because this spot is going to matter later on. But for now, we're going to surf on the water and head out to Tojo Falls. Real short dungeon. Not going to complain. And now, welcome to Route 27. And we get immediately jumped by a trainer. It's rare to see anyone come here. Are you training on your own? Yeah, sure. That's exactly what my intent was. Anyway, let me deal with Megan here. Oh, she is Bulbasaur. That is a very nice. It's also very refreshing to see trainers who have Pokemon that I can easily deal with again. Because, boy, those Kimono girls really gave me a lot of trouble. Not gonna lie, that is like the most sincere amount of trouble that I've had in a good while. And she's not wasting any time. She's immediately going out to Venusaur. Incredibly powerful Pokemon. Oh, we get. Oh, you. Like, Hogan, my god, my king. Like, you are so good. You are the best. Kiara go to level 34 as a result of beating that Venusaur, or rather, as a result of taking credit for beating that Venusaur. I was so close to not having any damage taken, but I got Leech Seed at the very end. Ivysaur is smarter than all the others. Let it be known. Alright, Ace Main's been taken down. Oh, you're really strong. Thanks for all the monies, brought to you by the Amulet Coin. I'm checking out pre- and post-evolution Pokemon. Evolution really does make Pokemon stronger, but evolved forms also learn moves later on. Yep, there are some benefits to evolving Pokemon, as we have talked about before. Now, let's head into this house real quick. What do you have to say, old lady? Where are you off to with Pokemon? The Pokemon League? Are your Pokemon loyal enough for you to win? Let me see. Oh, your Pokemon trusts you very much. It's nice to see a good trainer. Here, a gift for your journey. We got TM37. Very, very nice. TM37 happens to be Sandstorm. It's a move that inflicts damage on both your and your foe's Pokemon. However, some Pokemon, such as Rock and Ground Steel type Pokemon, take no damage. There are other ways to avoid taking damage. I'll let you figure it out. Well, thank you, old lady. Thank you for giving me a little disc that can change the weather into completely unnatural situations. And yeah, in order for you to get that specific TM, you need to have a Pokemon with extremely high friendship. Fortunately, I get along with my Pokemon well enough, so we get that. But there is an actual requirement in order to get the TM for Sandstorm. So definitely want to remember that if you are coming here, but totally worth it. Now then, I want to be very careful about going through here. And we're going to head out to the right. Of course, Repel's effect immediately wears off. I want to head out to the right here. Now, as you can see, as always, we have new trainers to fight. Not that hasn't already been established so far. And like always, I am going to be going through these trainers bit by bit. And I'm going to talk about the one new Pokemon that we can find here. Because there is a Pokemon that we can get in this new route. At least while I'm finding this guy, at the very least. Hello? You look pretty strong. Let me battle you. Will do, my guy. So, with the arrival and return to the Kanto region, there is one new Pokemon here to welcome us home. Ponyta. Now, it is a little late to be considering Ponyta for the team, especially with all the great fire types that have been made available so far. But here's the thing. There has never been a better time to catch Ponyta. Since it's found here about 27, it will always be at level 32, meaning that unlike certain other Gen 4 games, Ponyta is not far off from evolving into Rapidash. And either way, it's not like either of them are lacking in good offensive stats on both ends. But speaking of which, Rapidash has base 100 attack and base 105 speed, quite reflective of its name and making it a good physical sweeper. Now, you might think based on how I've talked about previous physical fire types that Ponyta and Rapidash may struggle without the right tools. Well, I'm happy to inform you that Ponyta and Rapidash do receive Flare Blitz through level up. This allows them to maximize on their offensive potential as a physical fire type, a feat not possible until we got the physical special split. In addition to that, and many other great fire type moves, Rapidash also gets access to Bounce via level up and both Mega Horn and Poison Jab through the Move Relearner, giving it more versatility than you may think. In fact, Rapidash is the only fire type in the game to get Mega Horn and the only fire type to get Poison Jab naturally. Honestly, the only real problems with Ponyta are that it doesn't have Stellar Bulk, it doesn't get Flamethrower naturally, and it does come in pretty late into our journey. But don't think that the Pokemon League is the end. There is still plenty that you can accomplish with Ponyta and Rapidash if you want. Well, that was really quick. Well, given how quickly we got through that battle, I think there's no need to speed ahead any further. What do you have to say, my guy? If you prevail on this harsh trek, the truth will be revealed. Heh, sorry. I just want to say something cool. Okay, well, that's really funny. So, I guess since we have gone over Ponyta, let's see if we can catch one real quick before we head off to our next venture here. Oh, right, I have Repel up. Doy. I guess we can't concentrate on that right now. We'll focus on other things in a minute. You're good, aren't you? You just assumed that I look good. Well, that I am good based on the deal here. So, while we are fighting this particular trainer here, I do want to make a point that some of you may not have noticed. As we've entered this area, you may have noticed that the trees here look a little different. And that's not an accident. One thing that you might know is that the Kanto region actually uses slightly different sets of tiles for all of its environments. And as a result, certain aspects of the world will look different depending on where you are. It's very subtle in most cases, but they are slightly different, and it is worth pointing out. Just as I thought. You had one Mareep, my guy. Like, were you planning to go to the Pokemon League with just your Mareep? At least let it evolve into Floppy or something. Cheesums. I'm gonna check right here, because that little islet is looking very suspicious, and I'm willing to bet that there is a hidden item somewhere here. No? The islet is just there. Huh. I really thought there was a hidden item there, guys. My bad. All right, let's see here. So, West New Bartown, East Route 26. So yeah, the grass may look a little different. The grass tiles definitely look slightly different. And even like the rock faces, again, ever so slightly, do look slightly different in this new Kanto environment. So I think in this grass we should be able to find Ponyta if you just give me a minute. Oh, well, we did not find Ponyta, but we did find Doduo. I think I will take a second to try to capture it since we have not gotten one before. One, two, three. There we go. Quick balls never fail, except when they do. But it has not failed yet today. 100% catch rate so far today. Doduo, the twin bird Pokemon. By alternately raising and lowering its two heads, it balances itself to be more stable while running. If you would like to give a nickname to Doduo, feel free to recommend one in the comments. Okay, I've been searching the grass for quite a while, and I've only been able to find Doduos and Raticates. And after reviewing my notes, I have been made aware that Ponyta can more easily be found on Route 26 as opposed to Route 27. So we're going to press on for now. Right there, we got a Destiny Knot. Let's talk about this one, because this is a new item that's introduced in this gen. Destiny Knot. A long, thin, bright red string to be held by a Pokemon. If the holder becomes infatuated, the foe does too. So this is a little item that you can use to counter the effects of attraction. I don't personally recommend it, especially not for single player, but it can be situationally useful. Anyway, like I said, ooh, this guy is really on the mark here. I think I'm gonna bring in Akira for this. All right, let's go. Don't say a thing. Let me guess what you're thinking. I got it. You're on the Pokemon League challenge. Well, gee willikers, man, how did you know? Ooh, boy, Starmie. Your reputation lately has been a little wishy-washy. I won't get into why, because it's not relevant to this Let's Play, but oh boy. I think it's a good time to switch up to our little god of destruction, Blazer. There we go. Look how intimidating and just powerful that back sprite is of Blazer, honestly. Like they were cooking with this one. Speaking of cooking, there's Lava Plume for ya. Trying to keep the EXP distribution in my party relatively fair, even though I know that we are still a long ways away from where I need to be. So let's go ahead and use Shadow Ball. And there we go. So close. You're in too much. Oh, believe me. I could be so much more. If only I had more money. Yes, I know, Mother, you've been spending my money. The one detriment to using the amulet coin is that because you get so much money so frequently, your mother has a tendency to spend more on your stuff. You came from New Barktown. You must be exhausted. Hardly. Ooh, boy, we're really not messing around. These Pokemon are getting higher up in the levels. Ooh, boy, Flamethrower. God, that came out of left field. Ralph is not supposed to know Flamethrower that early. Or is it? Air Griffin, please confirm. Okay, thank you. More importantly, Akira level up to level 35. All right, Ryder grew level 34 as a result of that. Ryder wants to learn the move Discharge. Normally this would be the optimal point for us to teach Ryder Discharge. However, Ryder already knows Thunderbolt, so I am not going to have it learn Discharge. If I didn't go out of my way to get the Thunderbolt TM, I absolutely would be teaching Discharge to Ryder, no question. Oh, snap! We froze Staryu. Oh, and immediately thawed out. Well, that didn't last. Would have been nice if it had lasted a little longer. But now Staryu can remain frozen in the eternal abyss. And as a result of that horrific description, Mizumori leveled up again. Oh, you're much too strong. I categorically disagree. I could be way stronger if I had just been better about ultimately grinding. Not too shabby. You're doing something right if you can beat me, even by an unlikely fluke. What? What do you mean unlikely fluke? I like you. Give me your number. Well, I don't like you. Fine, I'll be your stupid practice partner. Register the phone number in the Poké-Gear. Don't get too high in mind about beating me. It was a fluke. Yeah. Whatever. Like, I'm sorry. That's copium. That is textbook copium right there, and I am not having it. If you're that energetic, you can definitely make it to the Pokemon League. Well, I'm glad now you think I have energy in me. Unbelievable. Okay, anyway, now that we have gotten through those trainers, we are now on Route 26, and we have additional trainers that we need to fight. And now we've finally gotten here, I have some more things I can finally talk about a little freely. But first, I'm feeling great today. I feel like I could even beat the league champion. I seriously doubt that, my guy. Let's see what exactly you're working with to make that case. Quillfish. And I'm not seeing it, my guy. This route, on Route 27, actually has a mix of both Kanto trees and Johto trees, as well as Kanto and Johto rocks. The reason they have a mix of the two types of environments is because they really wanted to emphasize that Route 26 is kind of the meeting point between the two regions. This is kind of where the regions properly and canonically intersect with each other. And I really do appreciate the attention to detail with that. I'll kind of show it off as we head further in here. Oh my god! Quillfish is using Spit Up. He used the Stockpile Spit Up combo. Unfortunately, it only stockpiled once, so it didn't really deal a whole lot of damage, but credit where it's due. It was very effective for that brief bit of time. And there we go. No, not in this battle. Yes, in this battle. Seriously, did you really think you're going to beat the Pokemon champion with 2 level 30 Quillfish? He's got illegal Dragonite, my guy. Just like in fishing, it's all over in Pokemon if you give up. Well, that's some relatively good words of advice. That's best words of advice that you've given us so far. I guess I can't really show that. I know that the environments do have a mix of the 2 trees. I'm just trying to see if I can find a good spot to kind of demonstrate this. Oh, hi Sandslash. You're relatively new, and Saris is not looking too hot. So, in the interest of saving time in Saris' sanity, I'm just gonna catch you to quick ball real quick. No pun intended. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Sandslash was caught. Not the Pokemon I was necessarily looking for, but not going to complain about results. Sandslash, the mouse Pokemon. Really? The mouse Pokemon? You couldn't think of any other categorization for Sandslash of all things? Anyway, in an attempt to hide itself, it will run around at top speed to kick up a blinding dust storm. Not a sandstorm. That would be ridiculous. If you'd like to give a nickname to this specific Sandslash, feel free to recommend one in the comments. Anyway, we are on Route 26, so I think we can find Ponyta a little easier now. Ah, here we go. Ponyta. Beautiful. Go ahead and use a quick ball, and hopefully this ought to do it. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Saves you so much time. It really does. Anyway, Ponyta's data was added to the Pokédex. Ponyta, the Fire Horse Pokemon. See, Sandslash, that's how you give a categorization. It is a weak runner immediately after birth. It gradually becomes faster by chasing after its parents. Oh, that's cute. If you would like to give a nickname to Ponyta, feel free to recommend one in the comments. All right, now that we have gotten Ponyta taken care of and we have found another wild Pokemon, I think it's time that we fight another second trainer and see what beautiful things he has waiting for us. Team's about as ready as it will be, all things considered, so let's go. Wow, look at all those badges. I'm impressed. But you're not satisfied by just collecting them, right? Well, I hope I'm at least somewhat satisfied, considering how much time and effort I've gone to put badges on the top right segment of the screen here. Oh, he's using an Espeon. That's refreshing. Let's get out of there, Saris. In a battle of Espeon versus Espeon, my lower level Espeon defeats the higher level Espeon, as it is meant to be. Good battle. Well, thank you very much. And let me guess, Mother's calling me? No, actually, she did not call me. Okay, I do want to head down here real quick, because I do want to kind of make a point right here about the cliffs here. And this may seem very weird, but it is somewhat intentional. So, between the Gen 2 games and their respective remake, they decided to add a lot more cliffs to the area to really emphasize that there is kind of a mountainous area between the Kanto and the Johto region. It was all relatively flat in Gen 2, but they really made a point to try to emphasize that, yes, we are in a new area and it is very mountainous. So, just want to be sure that you were aware of that. Oh. We got something in here. There's a hidden item somewhere. There we go. Big mushroom in that rock. Anything else? Oh, I bet you it's on that islet right there. I guarantee you that's where it is. Hold on. I had a little bit in my notes saying be sure to use the item finder or use the dowsing machine. So, wanted to be sure that I did exactly that. Okay. Right here should be something on this islet. Right there! A nugget! Beautiful. That is very nice. All right, this is more or less where we need to head to next. I want to go to this house before we do anything else. Did you think you were lucky to find a place to rest right where you needed it? Don't be reserved. I look forward to people's smiles. Let your Pokemon rest here. Okay. Well, God bless, Lee. Don't throw me off here. Anyway, if you go to this specific house, you can talk to that lady and she will fully restore your Pokemon. So don't worry too much about having items in reserve to heal your Pokemon because you don't really need them, but they are here if you really want them. Now, I do want to head down to that other house just beneath us. It's like either commit to the max repels or don't, Griffin. Jesus. Anyway, want to head in here. Welcome to this house. There's something written here. Read it. Oh yeah, I want to read this. To my brothers and sisters, we take pride in serving Pokemon trainers. When trainers talk to you, give them something useful. Love, Monica. Keep reading? Yep. Monday, Monica, Route 40. Tuesday, Tuscany, Route 29. Wednesday, Wesley, Lake of Rage. Thursday, Arthur, Route 36. Friday, Freda, Route 32. Saturday, Santos, Blackthorn City. Sunday, Sunny, Route 37. So, yeah. In this specific house, this is the house that belongs to the 7 Day of the Week siblings. And if you read that book, it will tell you the exact locations of all of the Day of the Week siblings. I'm pretty sure I've interacted with all 7 of them at this point. But either way, it's very useful. Also, for some reason, it says that you can heal here. I don't believe that is correct. Sarah's focus, the sharp gaze. Yeah, that's straight up not correct. You cannot heal here, but you can heal at the other lady's house. Weird that Saris is so focused right now. Are we still upset about what happened in episode 40? Or what was that, 42? Hope not. Really trying here, Saris. Sarah seems to be a bit nervous. Would like to say something. Yeah, of course. Boy, Pokemon's not very surprised. Sarah feels refreshed. Okay. Well, I guess that helped out whatever Sarah was just going through just now. So, let's fight one more trainer because we still have a lot more that we need to do. Since you come this far, you must be good. I'm going to give you this battle everything I've got. Or give this battle everything I got. Jeez, I can't read. Okay, so while we are fighting this specific trainer here, God bless the Pikachu, I actually do have one more interesting fact about Route 26 and 27. So, this is a very weird niche thing that you may not know. So, there is another game called Harmonite, which is a very weird, quirky rhythm game that was also made by Game Freak. It was made on the 3DS, and it has a stage that's inspired by this route. While the stage has little to do with this route in terms of aesthetics, it does straight up use the music from this route as part of one of its stages. It actually has multiple Pokemon themes in there as part of some of its stages, because of course it's made by Game Freak and they have to include their little nods to it every now and then. But I like it. I like that they included some detail in a very niche, like really, really niche game, just to reference Pokemon again. I appreciate it. Right here, we're seeing Blastoise for the first time. You do not compare. This Blastoise is inferior in every way. You think you know true power, Blastoise? You are nothing next to King. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm not letting this Blastoise get the best of me. You are not superior to the King. You will not defeat Hogan. Alright, you got a decent chunk of EXP for that. And as a result, Rhino has grown to level 35. Fantastic. No, I don't believe this. Well, believe it, honey. You got destroyed. Gonna grab this apricorn from the apricorn tree. Got ourselves a blue apricorn. I'm gonna take advantage of the house and heal again. All right, we have a little further to go, it would seem. Right here is a bit of a dead end, but trust me, there is more to do. We have more Pokemon trainers we need to fight, so I guess we just gotta have to press on. By experiencing tough battles, you gain power. Well, that much is true. At the very least, you get EXP. Oh, Ceres actually has a proper advantage for once. I shouldn't say that about Ceres. Ceres has been generally helpful, and definitely has been genuinely helpful in the past few episodes. I honestly can't really blame Ceres for kind of being anti-hero on me, considering that I've thrown Ceres at multiple gods and had to get destroyed by the Kimono Girls. So, can't really blame Ceres for being a little, just having a little animosity, frankly. Bro, with the Protect on Kingler. Like, really, what is the point? Really? Double Protect? Wow, that's rare. You never see a double Protect. Or at least not a successful one. But all you really did was stall. That's all you accomplished, Kingler. That's all we can ask of you. Alright, finally it is time for Mizumori to get into some proper action today. Mizumori only fought that one Staryu, and honestly, that's not really enough for Mizumori. She needs more. There are more people that need to drown. Not even a thing needs to be said. Flareon was not worth it. God, life is even tougher. God, is so true, my guys. We don't need that right now. Life is so hard right now. Wow, you're tough. I haven't battled that seriously in a long time. Can I get your phone number? Yes, I'd like to battle again after I heal my Pokemon. 100%, my guy. So we got that phone number here. How should I beat you? I'm tormented by those thoughts all the time. Okay, really, dude? Like, you're now just that obsessed over me after one battle? To get to the Pokemon League, you have to get through Victory Road. Victory Road is tough. Practically nobody goes there. You have no idea how true that statement is, my guy. All right, let's press on now. I'm making my final preparation for the Pokemon League. Well, hopefully that's a sign that we're getting close to the Pokemon League, because it has already been an hour, my dudes. Or at least for me, it has. I hope it hasn't been anywhere near an hour for you guys. I hope Edgar Griffin has cut out a considerable chunk of this footage, but I can't guarantee that. Oh boy. That Parasect is using Swords Dance. It's a good thing that Parasect sucks. Though Effect Spore could go off as a result of me hitting it with Fly. Okay. It seems as though Effect Spore did not go off. Beautiful. And now that Hogan is using the EXP share, I think now's a good time to bring out Rido and show off our new impressive Thunderbolt technique. Let's see it, baby. Hit him with the Thunderbolt. Oh, we got Water Pulsed. We got sniped. Eat this, Thunderbolt. I really hope you get that reference. If you get it, you are very, very well cultured. But yeah, that's Thunderbolt for you. Absolute destructive force from God. Oh, cool, another water Pokemon. More things that need to die. Vaporeon actually has pretty decent special defense, so it might take this well. We'll see. Yep, it withstood it. Fair enough, Vaporeon. If there's any Pokemon that could, it would be you. I'll give you an old Thunder Punch just to finish you off. Alright, and now Rido has grown to level 36. But unlike Blazer, he had to do it the old-fashioned way. I blew it. That's alright. I only took 3,900 of your monies. What do you have to say, actually? It's going to be tough to win the league. I need to do some more training. That could have fit in there. I hear that the leagues Elite Four are tougher than gym leaders. Well, I would hope so, otherwise that's a little counterintuitive. Okay, we have one more ace trainer to fight, and then we are good. Trust me, we are a lot closer to the league than you think. I lost to a redhead trainer. He was really strong, but it was as if he absolutely had to win at any cost. I felt sorry for his Pokemon. Huh. I wonder who she's talking about. As if that wasn't obvious. Anyway, Rapidash. Ooh, Cotton Spore. Don't think we've seen that move in a good while, if ever. But that doesn't matter. Even with a half speed, Akira is still faster than Floppy. No question in my mind. Hogungur level 35 as a result of that battle. Very helpful. Pokemon aren't tools of war. When did war come up in this? You're very good at battling. We should battle again sometime. I challenge a tough trainer like you. I think I can get better too. So how about it? Would you give me your phone number? You absolutely could have put phone number in that tag. Whatever. Maybe they were worried that phone the number would be stuck on the next line. Anyway, register the phone number at the Pokegear. Let's battle again sometime. Yes, I do want to make a point of those specific ace trainers because that really is the best way you're going to be able to EXP grind if you need to for a little while. So I definitely would make a point of remembering those two for later. But for now, I want to head down here and I want to grab this. Got a max elixir. Very, very useful. And I think maybe there's also... No? Hold on. There's something here. There we go. Tiny mushroom. I knew there was something here. Anything else? Nope. It would appear as though we do not have any other things that we can find. That's fine. Gotten all the hidden items that we can find in this area, and I'm not going to complain about that. All right, guys. After a lot of traveling, we finally made it to the Pokemon League reception gate. We're still not quite done with our journey for today, but we are a good leg of the way there. What do you have to say, my guy? Only trainers who have proven themselves may pass. Oh, the 8 badges of Johto. Please go right on through. Thank you very much, security man. Now then, you may think to yourself, oh wow, so many directions to take. Which way should I go? Let's try going left. This way leads to Mount Silver. You'll see a scary strong Pokemon out there. You're not ready for it. Yeah, we can't go that way. And what about to the right? Hold there. This way leads to Kanto, but this path's blocked for the time being, I'm afraid. Yeah, they really don't have a good explanation for either of these, but yes. That would go to Mount Silver, which we will eventually go see. And that would, to the right, that would actually go to, I think, route... I want to say route 3? Route 3 or route 9. So anyway, there's a route right next to us that you should be relatively familiar with, but we cannot go there right now. That would lead to the rest of Kanto, and that would be too easy. So, for now, we're just going to have to go straight forward. In Victory Road. Now, you might think to yourself, wow, really? We're going to do Victory Road and Route 27, 26 all in one episode? Yes, we are, because there is not as much to Victory Road as you may think. And it'll become apparent why in a minute, but I want to put on a repel for the time being. And we're going to press on in. Like I said, in order for you to get through this area, you do need strength. That's why I gave Blazer strength to get through today, because we absolutely needed strength to get through this, and I already screwed up the pattern. Let's try this way. By hitting the boulder in the correct direction, you can make advances and get further on in the dungeon. There we go. Now we can press on in, and I want to double check to make sure there aren't any hidden items here. Oh, what? Okay, we found a Rhyhorn. I guess because it's level 35, it's not affected by the repel. I should have kept that in mind. Since we have not caught a Rhyhorn yet. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we have Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn 2 is added to the Pokedex. Rhyhorn, the Spikes Pokemon. It is inept at turning because of its 4 short legs. It can only charge and run in one direction. If you'd like to give a nickname to the Rhyhorn, feel free to recommend one in the comments. Alright, not what I meant to do, but I guess since we do have to press on, let's go ahead and grab this. Got a potion. Not what I thought that was going to be, but that's okay. Now, some of you may be looking at this area and thinking to yourself, huh, this doesn't look like the Victory Road of old. If you compare this to Fire Red and Leaf Green, it doesn't seem all familiar at first, but if you look at the map as a whole from a bird's eye view, you will see that, yes, while there are some differences, to be sure, especially when it comes to the height of the place and having kind of more vertical platforms, this area is the same. It is the same Victory Road. There are a lot more similarities than there are differences. But I will acknowledge that in HeartGold and Soul Silver, they have definitely changed it the most between versions. Right there, we got a full heal. Yeah, so if you looked at like the gold and silver map, you would definitely notice a difference here. Right there is a max potion in the wall. Definitely knew that was there. We definitely want to do this strength puzzle. So let's push this around. And I want to go over here and grab this max revive. Very, very useful item. And I want to go in here and I want to check for any hidden items because there's definitely something here. I would have figured that there was something here, but nope. Aside from wild Pokemon, the Dust Machine's not picking anything up. I guess since there's nothing in there, we'll just press on to the next room. Weirdly, there weren't any trainers in here. Wonder why that is. I'm going to put Blazer in the front for now, just so we have slightly better odds of not running into wild Pokemon. Of course, I say that, and the repel wears off. All right, let's press on. Right there, another max revive. Definitely want that. And let me check for more hidden items here. Nope, maybe it's further on ahead. I'm going to not concentrate too much on the hidden items because I don't want it to distract me that much. But I definitely want to remember that area for later. So press on here. I guess we'll just go up this ladder because that's the only option we have at the immediate moment. But definitely going to be some other things that we'll need to do. There we go. Hyper Potion. I knew I'd find something here. All right, doesn't seem to be anything else in here for now. So we'll head down this hole. And I think we just need to concentrate on getting through this part here. We don't want to push the boulder too far. That's what strength looks like when you make the Pokemon up front move the boulders, which is really funny to see them just kind of go big. So push that boulder and then push it over one more time. And that will allow us to move the boulder where we need to go. A lot harder to use that Dance Machine when it's registered than you think. Okay, I don't think there's anything here. Not on this specific platform anyway. So press onto this ladder. And even in all the space so far, not one single trainer has appeared. Like, we haven't even seen any hint of anyone being here. Very, very, very bizarre, to be sure. Okay, there's definitely something here. Hold on. Okay, there's definitely a hidden item behind that specific rock. However, I don't have Rock Smash with me, and I do not want to worry about it right this second, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to concentrate on getting what I need from here. I'm going to head down this hole! Golbat, I don't need you in my life. Head down this hole. And that's what I wanted. Got an HP up. Very, very useful. I'm gonna head over this way, and I believe this will take us close to where we need to be. I'm really sorry there isn't a whole lot to talk about, but honestly, it'd be a lot more to discuss if there was just anyone here. But for some reason, there just isn't anyone in this cave. It's very bizarre. Got a rare candy. Very, very useful. Definitely want to remember that for later. I want to go down this hole real quick before we press on. There's something I'm missing that I have not found yet, and I really want to be sure I grab it. There it is! TM26 Earthquake. Oh my god, I have been looking forward to getting that for so long. And I think you have a pretty good idea on what I maybe putting that on, right, Blazer? Oh, Blazer's holding something. I'll take that gladly. We got the poison extract. What? Where'd you find that? Like, I'm sorry, where'd you find the poison extract in Victory Road, Blazer? Your priorities are not straight at all. Anyway, we're gonna hop down here, and right there, we're just about the end of this road. And yeah, that really is it. There really isn't a whole lot to this place, unfortunately. But I'm sure there has to be a reason. It just doesn't make sense. There's no one here. Hold it. Are you going to challenge the Pokemon League? Victory Road is at the end for sure. But did you notice? You didn't see any real trainers on the way, did you? Man, they were all spineless. Well, the fact that you've come this far means you're not one of them. But your journey ends here. Because right here, right now, I will crush you. Yup. The reason there were no trainers on this whole Victory Road is because Argento single-handedly beat all of them. But now we have to deal with a full team of 6 from Argento, so we are in for a rough fight. So first of all, Sneasel, level 36, Inner Focus for the ability, with the most Faint Attack, Quick Attack, Icy Wind, and Fury Sweats. Not really a whole lot to say about this particular one. It should not be that difficult to deal with, but I'm just going to do what I usually do, and you turn Sneasel and bring in the Blazer, the God of Destruction, because Blazer is absolutely equipped to deal with Sneasel in anything it has to deal with. Icy Wind is not going to do anything to Blazer. Except lower Blazer's speed, but that doesn't matter. Oh, it actually got a Faint Attack because it gets slightly slower. All right, well, credit where it's due. Lava Plume. All right, that takes care of Sneasel. And now we have another Pokemon. He's going to be sending out Feraligatr. I think I'm going to be bringing in Rhydon for this because Rhydon is definitely best equipped to deal with Feraligatr. Feraligatr is definitely going to be his strongest Pokemon for sure. Feraligatr, level 40. Torrent for the ability. With the moves, Waterfall, Ice Fang, Crunch, and Slash. I think I'm going to go ahead and use Thunder Wave. I'm pretty sure that Rhydon should be able to take a Waterfall, but even if it doesn't, should be all right. We're going to go ahead and paralyze Feraligatr and really make sure the Feraligatr will not be a threat to the rest of the team. And hopefully Thunderbolt will be enough. It's only one way to know for certain, though. All right, we didn't quite get it off, but I'm pretty sure Rhydon can withstand another Waterfall because it's not quite in Torrent range. Or not. That's okay. Rhydon did what he needed to do. So I think, all things considered, I'm going to bring in Hogan. Because Hogan is best equipped to deal with both Feraligatr and the rest of Argento's team in general. So we'll do Brick Break, and that should finish off Feraligatr. Oh my god, really? That didn't do it? Dang, that is one tough Feraligatr. Aerial Ace then, please. Of course, now we get the critical hit when it's pointless. Where's that a minute ago, Hogan? Cheesums. All right, anyway, Golbat is up next. I would bring in Rhydon for this. However, Rhydon is unfortunately unconscious. So, we're going to be bringing in Mizumori to handle this. Golbat, level 38. Inner Focus for the ability. With the moves Air Cutter, Confuse Ray, Bite, and Astonish. As you can see, it's pretty standard fare for as far as the Golbat is concerned. But it actually got off the flinch, and now it's confusing Mizumori. So now we're going to have some general problems with this. Worst case scenario, I do have multiple max revives that I got while trekking through this place. So, worst case scenario, we can bring back Rhydon if we need to. But I'm pretty sure an Ice Beam will be able to handle Golbat, no problem. Yep. Golbat is easy. All right, next is going to be sending in Magneton. I think I'll bring out Blazer for this one. If I had Top Blazer Earthquake, I would be using Earthquake right now, but unfortunately, I have Strength at the moment. So we're just gonna have to do what I usually do with Blazer and set everything on fire. Anyway, Magneton, level 37, Magnet Pull for the ability, with the moves Thunder Wave, Spark, Supersonic, and Magnet Bomb. You want to be very careful that it does not get up both Thunder Wave and Supersonic because that can put you in a very bad situation. But otherwise, Magneton is no real threat to you. It's going to be sending in Haunter next. I think... What do I want to do? I'll have Akita handle this. This is a huge risk factor to be sure, but I think Akita can handle Haunter. Anyway, Haunter, level 37, Levitate for the ability, with the moves Shadow Ball, Confuse Ray, Mean Look, and Curse. So as long as it does not get up at Shadow Ball, we should be all right. Good. We're doing real nicely here. And next up, he's going to be sending in Kadabra. This is his last Pokemon. I'll think I'll keep Akita here for now. I see. Sometimes it wasn't just luck that's gotten you this far. Really? You still think it's luck after all this time? God bless. Anyway, Shadow Ball. Kadabra, level 37, synchronized for the ability, with the moves Reflect, Disable, Psybeam, and Recover. This should be a cinch. Yep. No threat whatsoever. But it is, like, to be relatively fair, Pokemon were definitely higher level than I was, so definitely required a little bit of work on my end to beat him. I couldn't win. I gave it everything I had. What you possess, what I lack. I'm beginning to understand what that Dragon Tamer said to me. Got over $5,000 for winning. Very, very nice monies. I haven't given up on becoming the greatest trainer. I'm going to find out why I can't win and become stronger. When I do, I will challenge you. I'll beat you down with all my power. You keep at it until then. Well, thanks for the grind, says Argento. Mother, I know. I know, Mother. She has just bought so much stuff for me. Anyway, we finally gotten to the end of Victory Road. So let's step out. Welcome to the Indigo Plateau. The ultimate goal for trainers, Pokémon League HQ. Let's step in. This is it, guys. We have finally made it all the way to the apex of both the Kanto and the Johto regions. And we are now at the Pokémon League. It's been a very long episode, but we're finally here. So next time on Pokémon HeartGold, we're going to challenge the Elite Four and the champion. Not all at once. We're gonna take our time with our time at the Pokémon League. See you guys then.